Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It is January 16th, probably about 5:30 in the evening. About 2 o'clock, I woke up from my nap here. I have a 35-hour layover in Charlotte. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I woke up from my nap after my red eye and thought, geez, I need to get out of this hotel room. There's no way I can survive 35 hours in this room. It's like a lockdown. So I jumped on the internet, found the Mint Museum, excuse me, and found out that apparently an Uber ride there was $10. I was always under the impression it was going to cost me like $40 to get there, but yeah, 10 bucks. Went to the Mint Museum, had an amazing time, which you'll be seeing in a moment. Yeah, so I just had a fantastic time. Mind blown. One of my new favorite museums in the country. So I figured it was a little bit long, my visit, and would make a trip vlog very, very long. So I'm making my visit to the Mint Museum a separate video. So enjoy. Yeah, so I'll see you at the museum, all right? I'm here. It's the Mint Museum. Their gift shop is right there, but that feels like an entrance. That's a cool building, isn't it? Huh. All right. Downtown is very nice. It is very nice. Let me find out where I'm going here. Mint Museum Uptown. All right, I think that's where I'm going. My Uber driver and I had a little chat. And, oh, what brings you to Charlotte? Oh, I'm a flight attendant. Blah, blah, blah. With whom? XYZ. And she's like, oh, huh. Yeah, and I've heard lots of problems and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she has Broncos football team headrests. I'm like, Broncos. I didn't say it, though. Oh, look. Chihuly. That man does get around. I just had the most amazing interaction with this woman at the front desk here. But look at this room. Look at that. Look at this fiber art. Oh my God. Is my elevator here? Oh, did I already come and go? Yeah, I just got to the Mint Museum, and I think my elevator has come and gone. Oh, here it is. I just got to the museum, and I'm chatting with the lady at the front desk, and we just started talking like I do with you, and just had such a nice time, and just had a fantastic short conversation. She's like, "Oh, this is on me," so she let me into the museum without paying. Isn't that nice? It pays to be nice and like gregarious. But look at this. Special events. No entry, please. Okay. All right. I think we're going over here. There's something about the red carpet. A piece about the red carpet. Huh. Well, she just told me it was here. Oh, here it is. Beyond the red carpet. Oh, it's awards and stuff. Do you hear the paparazzi taking pictures of me? Look. Look at those light fixtures. So pretty. Oh yeah, these are all different types of awards. All right. All right, I'm gonna look at these for a few minutes and probably make my way downstairs to more traditional exhibits. I love that. Like they're pens or pencils made out of crystal and gold. It's pretty. All right, I'm gonna pop around and then check out other more traditional parts of the museum. Man, there's a lot of awards. That's crazy. So I've come to understand that this exhibit is a collection of awards, some very obscure, from a company called Designer Custom Creations that has made all of the awards. One of the most coveted awards in the room is the Cthulhu Award for science fiction movies and productions. That's apparently a very much coveted award. This is one of my favorite awards. It's called the Do Something Award. Originally an event aired by VH1, sponsored by Jane Lynch, recognize celebrities who are recognized for the meaningful charity work, such as supporting animal rights and providing opportunities for underprivileged children. Isn't that nice? So my phone just gave me this little chime noise that says, oh, you just received a work email, and the subject line is from our CEO regarding the seemingly failed merger. I'm just not up for reading it yet, so I'll look at that after I've enjoyed the museum. Look, these are all the YouTube awards that one might eventually come to receive. Not me. We all know I'm never going to be an award winner on YouTube, but you're here with me, right? That's all I need. Here are some awards that they make that you might recognize. There's an Emmy. There's the MTV Moon Person. There's the Dancing with the Stars up there. Is that The Voice? Yeah, that's The Voice. There's the American Music Awards. I love that when it's like this just crystal pyramid. I love that. And, or obelisk. It's not a pyramid. And the CMT Artist of the Year, very pretty. So I just came down that escalator. I just can't get over this space. It is so fantastic. This piece along the wall here, I thought, well, it looks like Gauguin or something. Like, who is this? But the lady who let me in here, she was talking about how she loves this piece, not so much for it itself so much, but sometimes how light transforms the space around it. And that's one of my favorite bits about art, is not just the piece itself, but how it makes the room change and how it changes you and your view of the room and the space and the world. And I love it. I just love museums. This is one of the permanent galleries over here on the 4th floor. And oh my gosh. All right. Now, I think this is one of those museums that I typically think of as quiet museums. So I'm going to shush. But there's already so much to see. Goodness. Question of identity. Look at those feet. Huh. If you don't like feet, that's not a great picture. Let's get serious. I love art exhibits that fill up an entire room. What's this? Oh, goodness. All right. There's a story here, and I do not know what it is. Okay. Huh. I mean, tree ornaments. It's a Christmas tree ornament box on top of a medical kit. I mean, interesting. What's going on? All right, this is beyond me. I think I'm alone in here. Yeah, I think I'm alone in here. That's fine with me. I can talk. This piece is really wild. It makes me think of one of those really ancient Chinese goldfish bowls where it's decorative on the outside, but the inside has like paintings of, plants and seaweed and fish and stuff. And it's interesting, but the decoration on the outside are just images of the canyons around her home in Southern California, of her twin sons playing. But it also looks like it's supposed to be giving images of Greek athletes and stuff like that, from ancient history. Really interesting piece, and large. Look at this piece. It's a roller coaster. I love roller coasters. And look at you can see the cars up on top with the tiny little people. And I'm looking at it thinking, it looks like it's been 3D printed. But no, it's been carved out of a single block of marble, like some, ancient sculpture. How wild is that? That's great. Of course, we have a little Andy Warhol. Someone told me there's a Andy Warhol museum in Pittsburgh that I have to check out next time I'm there. Huh, she's really getting into her ironing. Okay. Nina Simone. gosh, amazing. Look at that. Looks like some sort of science experiment. What is this? So this piece uses monofilament wire, which is kind of like fishing line, you know, but it's capturing the moment that this sequined gown is about to explode into a million pieces just before it does. Wild. Love it. Even like individual sequins up on top are exploding away from the body of the gown. Look at this. Why do I want to eat it? It just makes me want to put my mouth on that. That is gorgeous. I love the finish. I love the finish on that pot. That is beautiful. And the form, I'm not sure like how much of that form is intentional or allowing gravity to take it and kind of slouch it a little bit as it's being built up, because it's clearly a coil built piece and the weight of it, but look how thin it is. Look at how this thin and delicate this piece is. Oh my God, I just love the way that is finished. That is gorgeous. Unfired terracotta. That thing would fall to a million pieces. Unfired, that's crazy that no one ever fired it. Wow. Can feel the surface of that pottery even from a distance, and it's interesting. Unfired terracotta, especially when it's that thin, has this quality that it doesn't steal your body heat. Like when you touch it, it doesn't pull heat from you, but it also kind of at the same time meets your body where it is. It's a very strange material, just gorgeous. Good. Where is this coming from? No idea. I'm crazy. Look at this. Look how big it is. I'll just keep by. So just give you a sense of proportion. Look how big that is. Oh, I love that. Oh, isn't that magical? That's fantastic. Delicious. This piece is killing me. How to relay the sense of driving over land in a still two-dimensional surface. Well, this is how you do it. All right, so look. All right, you see the colors here? Just step back. Do you see the lines? See them? Oh my gosh, it's really wild because it's almost obvious. The lines are obvious on camera. But in person, your eyes are dancing so much and vibrating with the different lines and colors that it's hard to see the stripes within this piece. But when you get close to it, that's wild. You can see it more obviously on camera. Weird. Interesting how the eye interprets things in person versus on camera. Huh. This is strange. It's made me think about how I see things, not why or, wow, this piece is getting me kind of weirded out. This piece is killing me. And on camera, as I look at my camera, it's much more blue, like navy, cobalt, royal blue. In person, it's much more turquoise, cerulean, those kinds of tones. Interesting. In person, it's very different than on camera, but it makes me think of Richard Attenborough. Now, you know Richard Attenborough because he narrates a lot of like nature specials and nature documentaries, things like that. He's got that very distinctive voice. Well, he told a story once, and this is going to get a little dark. Sorry. If you've been with me before, you know things get dark real quick with me. But he did a documentary or something about perception or something, where he was talking about how he did LSD, LSD in college, and out of nowhere, in the middle of the room, blossomed, in the middle of the air, blossomed this color indigo that he had never seen in person, in reality, in nature. But the color indigo, this perfect indigo, just the color forming in front of him, and how he was dazzled and how he spent the rest of his life looking for that color, looking to recognize it in the world and failing, and he just never saw that color again. And that piece makes me think of his story about looking for indigo, that color, and the experience of seeing it, blossom in the middle of the air. Which brings me to a story about my brother. Now, if you've been with me, my brother died terribly and in front of me when I was 8. But when he died, I know this is dark, I'm sorry, I'm in a museum. Welcome to my channel. But when he died, he was backed over by a pickup truck. And I remember seeing his bright yellow windbreaker. He had like a jacket. It was cotton or something. It was a natural fiber. By the way that it absorbed his, I hate to say blood because it's getting even darker now, but the color of his yellow jacket, which was like that yellow, was odd. I wear that color now, huh? But when it met his blood, the color was so significant to me, and I've been looking to recognize that color wherever I go in the world. And yeah, art. I'm loving this. This makes me think of Klimt. I think it's a piece called The Kiss or something. I don't know. But it's lacking a lot of the same elements, but there's something about it that makes me think of Klimt. Lynn Mapp Drexler. This piece was made in 1961. That's great. Oh, I love this. Howard Thomas. 1962 to 1966. It took him that long. Lacquer on masonite. Interesting. Oh, this piece is quite macabre. Obviously, we've got these figures hanging. And this woman who is Penelope from the Odyssey, Odysseus's wife, and her dog. Look at that. But this piece is apparently supposed to show. So I've never read the Odyssey. I think I'm giving myself homework. I think I should read the Odyssey. But Odysseus is away, and he spent 10 years at war, and he's come home to find that there are 12 suitors or 20 suitors, something like that. There's a whole bunch of people who are trying to woo his wife Penelope and take his kingdom and his wife and his son. And he comes back and he kills all of the suitors. I'm learning all of this from the blurb next to the piece. I've not read it yet, but I'm gonna. And so he kills all the guys that wanted to steal his life and his kingdom and his wife and his child. And then he has the handmaidens for Penelope who have been sleeping with all of the suitors. He has them clean up all of the blood and the gore and the blah, blah, blah. Interesting. I think I need to read the Odyssey for sure. That's like, why haven't I done it yet? Interesting. This piece is from 1910. It's by Ernest Lawson, who I've never heard of before, but I really hope I am able to recognize his work in the future. It's called The Harlem River in New York, again, circa 1910. I'm just really loving the imagery here, but I'm also kind of digging. Can you see how the piece has been fractured by time? See those cracks, those lines? It's almost like it's been broken up into crystalline faces, like a gemstone over time. See that? I just love how time has changed the piece. The closer you get to it, it's just a different piece. I love that. Again, just pure economy of motion, and look at the different dimensions in these clouds by just a couple little brush strokes. Look at that. That's the East River Harbor as seen in 1913 by Max Kuhn. That's fantastic. I have never heard of some of these artists. I'm so glad I've been here. George Lux, Everett Shin. That's pastel. Oh, wow. This is a great museum. Look at these ladies. Oh my goodness. Look at that lady's face. Wow. Look at her. She's like, oh man, I can't believe you just did that. Look at her. Look at her posture. Look at her hand. Girl, what are you doing? You're embarrassing me. Let me read this. Look at this bowl. I love it. Those geese or white ducks, I'm not quite sure. They're probably ducks. And that egg yolk yellow. But look at the very subtle variation of tone from the top rim of yellow, a little bit lower where it gets more and more golden orange. Oh my God, I love that. And this is a piece of Newcomb pottery, which I've never seen in person, but I always hear about. I learn a lot about pottery through thrifting, of all things, but I'm loving this bowl. Oh my God. I am so grateful I came here. I'm learning of artists I've never heard of before. Just amazing. This is a fantastic museum and free for me. Yay. All right, where am I going? Oh, I'm back where I started on this floor. Oh, that's something. Unknown American maker. That's quite a picture. That's something else. All right, let's go down one more floor. Well, that was only half of the 4th floor. There's a whole other gallery over here. Yay! All right. Craft across the continents, contemporary Japanese and Western objects. All right. Oh, this is a collection. This is a personal collection that's on display. Like somebody owns this work and lent it to the museum, as I understand it to be. What's this? Those look like seashells from a distance. Huh. Okay. Wow. Oh, there's another person over there. It's like a bridge. Interesting. Look at this. Raven steals the sun. I'm sure there's some sort of story here. Look at that. That is blown and cast glass. I love glass. All right, now I just read this little bit here, but so Tingit, whatever, the character, the supernatural trickster known as Tingit, learned that a wealthy clan chief was storing the sun, moon, and stars in his clan house. Raven was born to the chief's daughter as a human boy who convinced his grandfather to let him open the boxes holding the heavenly bodies, and they each escaped through the house's smoke hole. First the stars, then the moon, and finally the sun. Raven then reverted to his original form, a white bird, but as he fled the clan house, the soot blackened him, forever marking his sacrifice for bringing light to the world. Interesting. That's great. Sorry, I'm always reading stuff to you. Huh. That looks like it's made of pine needles or something. Bamboo. Okay. Interesting. There's it's a vessel. There's a vessel, like a vase inside the body of that. What looks like a wasp's nest almost. Oh my gosh, look at this piece. I want to touch it so bad. Look at that surface. That's amazing. Look at this glass piece. Imagine the technical knowledge you have to make something like that. That's amazing. Look. My mouth is watering. Look at that glass piece right there. My goodness. And look at this. That's fiber. That's like fiber stretched over a form. How is that sphere suspended in there? Interesting. Wow, that's amazing. Jute fiber. Okay. This is my favorite room so far. Look at this. There's a piece at the Met, and I don't exactly remember what it was, but there was I believe it was an African wooden sculpture that was covered in nails, and I guess it was, I guess if there was a sin or something that was done wrong, or if there was an argument amongst the members of this group, they would drive a nail into the body of this human form carved out of wood, and that would sort of take the wrong away and transfer it to that body, something like that. And that's what I'm thinking about when I see this piece here. That's fantastic. Looks like a halo of nails. Look at this. Look at that glass vase. I wonder if it's a composite piece that was like pieces that were blown and then put together. But look at that. Look at the shoulders. Look at that. Look. Isn't that marvelous? Oh yeah, this is my favorite room in the whole place. Look at this obelisk. Is that cast glass? Blue ray. Yeah, it's glass. Look at the way the light travels through that. Oh, I love that. Look at this. It looks like it's made of pottery on this side. And there's like trout or something, but it's really glass. Look at that. Look. Crazy. I'm walking backwards in a circle in a museum. Nothing could go wrong there. Look at that. Look. I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind.
It is captivating. It's very
Oh my God.
It looks almost like an ice sculpture.
Uh-huh. And look at this. This is, in the form of a necklace. They're like stylized claws or teeth with these giant beads. And again, just as points of reference, you can see this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Let's see, the title, Raptor and Sphere, conjures up a sacred and divine nature of animal claws and teeth and other body parts worn by kings and warriors in several indigenous cultures, as well as the double meaning of the word sphere, at once a shape and a reference to a certain segment of society united by a common bond. Wowzers, I love it. Man, this is an amazing museum. Look at this. It's all blown glass, seemingly all being balanced on these little teeny feet. That's wonderful. Yeah, this is my favorite room in the whole place. Oh, I didn't even see that. Look at this. Look at this woven fiber piece. Oh. Are these little cat or dog paws? I have to come and see what this is. Oh, it's a resource center. All right. I love this chair. Where are we in context to the rest of the city? All right. All right. So this is the couple that actually is lending all this work to the museum. Looks like Alan Alda. Interesting. But you can see some of the pieces I just looked at right there. But it makes me think of some clients of mine from back in the day at Neiman Marcus in Boston. The Sonnabends. It was Richard Sonnabend. I forget his wife's name. But they were huge art collectors of serious, like, weird art. They're passed away now, but they owned a brownstone right next to what was John Kerry and Teresa Hines. They live in Lewisburg Square in Boston. Very expensive neighborhood, very expensive. But they had this brownstone, and they were art collectors. Pieces that they would collect or borrow from the artists would then go from their house to the Guggenheim in New York. I mean, this is serious artwork. But they would buy clothes, or Richard would come in and buy clothes for me. I'd have them altered, and I would bring them to their house. And they would bring me into the house and show me some of the pieces that they had on display in their home. They had a couple floors of their brownstone reinforced to be able to hold tons and tons and tons of weight, for simply to hold a piece of work by a North Korean guy who was like hiding from the government. Huge boulders arranged in very particular ways on their floor of this brownstone. They had to have the whole house reinforced just to hold this piece of artwork that later on moved to the Guggenheim. Wild. But some of the pieces of work that they had in their house it was just strange, to see these pieces in someone's home, much like what I just saw can you imagine living with some of the work that I just showed you? I can't even imagine what it's like to live with that art. Oh my God. But just thinking of the Sonnabends, they owned the Sonesta hotel chain, of all things. Yeah, so we're going down to the 3rd floor now. Again, always with this piece, I just can't imagine the work involved in this fiber piece here. That's just gigantic. All right. I haven't thought of the Sonnabends in a long time. She was a model for Andy Warhol, of all people. Look at this. People, look at this. I am always transfixed by glass, but look, like this is some sort of organic alien form with their like internal organs on display or something. I mean, my mind is blown. Look at that. It's enormous. I mean, I'm 6'2". This is easily twice my height. Look. Well, I lied. This is my favorite room. Look at this. Guys, look at this. Look. How wild. And the whole form is still there. That whole human form is still there. You can see the head right there, buried under this eruption of flowers. Interesting. Look at that. I'm sorry, am I boring you? You guys need to come here. This is the Mint Museum. Look at that. It's a chair. It's a desk. Look at that. Look. See how that piece, the form kind of fits in there? It's a desk. I think this is an exhibit. There's an exhibit somewhere in the museum of just chairs, and I think this is probably one piece. Look at that. Look, just the woodworking skill alone, and then you throw this concept on top of it all. Oh my God. You know how many times I told you how much I love glass, right? These are all glass pieces. I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. Yeah, these are the chairs. These are chairs. That's a chair right there. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that bench. Yeah, look at this chair. you would like sit in there, right? And then your head would be inside these cones. I wonder what that would sound like to be sitting in that chair. How sound would change. Look at this. Is that a piece of wood that's been turned? Or is, oh no, that's a piece of stone. Those are stone formations. Or is that petrified wood? I don't know. My gosh. This is enormous. I'm not sure what it looks like on camera. Kind of looks kind of scary. Oh, there's more chairs. I want to go see more of that glass, though. Hold on, let's go. Let's go over here. I know you're probably bored, but I love taking you guys with me, though. I look at things a little differently when I know that you're watching. I want to lick this. Look at the way that light is transformed in that glass. I want to literally lick this. Look, isn't that beautiful? Wow. Look at this. I want to hug this one. I don't know, the color just, oh my God. Look at the surface. It just looks like candy. Look at this. Looks like it's been cast in feathers or something. Oh my gosh. Just delicious. Makes me think of dome crystal. Daum, D-A-U-M. All right, let's go look at some chairs. Oh, what's this? Guys, look. Look, oh my God. Look at this glass. Isn't that, it looks like something dug up from the earth. This piece is terrifying. Look at the face. That's terrifying. Look at this. Look. Look, that's all trapped inside this pendulum made of crystal. Look. Suspended from those wires. Is that not the craziest thing? Wow. Look at this. It's like some sort of boat or something, but trapped inside the boat are figures. Right there. Houses, faces, profiles. Wild. Whoops, sorry. Little fancy camera work there. All right, let's go look at the chairs. How's this for a nightlight, right? Look, it's lampwork glass, and it's very large, but look at the dimension and texture. Crazy. That's amazing. These look like thrones to me. These are cut out of steel. It's all rusted, but cool. This piece makes me think, this is huge. I'm not sure if you really can't get the scale of it. This piece has got to be 18 feet wide, if not. But there's a teapot I made a very long time ago in Florida that has a similar concentric ring surface at the very, very top. I did that because teapots, people who make teapots, like they always say, oh, my teapots don't drip. Every teapot drips. And so I wanted to incorporate a drip, like a drop of water hitting the surface of water and making that concentric, wave pattern. I put that on the top of the teapot to kind of, talk about that drip. I'll try to show that teapot to you again if I think about it. But look at this tiara. That is quite the tiara. It's wrought iron spikes. That is quite the tiara. Where have I seen this artist before? I know this person's work, this lady's work. Now, the forms themselves, obviously stunning, amazing. But if you can imagine the handwork that goes into just making one of those little spheres or one of those little cones. But then if you look closer, see the surface of the spheres? Do you see the surface? Looks almost like it's moss or agate or something. That's called crystalline glazes. Now there's got to be 6 or 8 different, and then there's the base of the piece itself, and then the interior is a different crystalline glaze. Each of those glazes can take, years to experiment to create the crystal and the color and the background color and all those things. The work in this is hysterical, and this piece is probably 4 feet tall, 4.5 feet tall. This is mind-blowing. Probably one of my favorite pieces here. Oh my God. Literally, the breath is being pulled out of my body right now. Look at this. This is porcelain. I can't breathe. I want to touch it right there. See the surface that looks like paper almost? Man, I want to touch that. Holy crap, this place is knocking my socks off. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is all hand built out of little slabs, underglazed, glazed. Some of the colors here are derived from barium, which is a heavy metal, I believe. That's incredibly toxic. I used to measure that stuff out solid, just like a powder, when I worked at High Water Clay in Tampa or St. Pete. And look at this piece. This is a copper-based lava glaze that is just remarkable. Look how thin that piece is. Oh my God, just amazing. And look at this. This place is top notch, top drawer, really top drawer. If you know where that quote is from, Top Drawer, Mame, one of my favorite movies of all time. This is a fiber art gallery. I am biased towards glass and ceramic. I really am biased towards these three-dimensional materials. I enjoy textiles and fiber art. I really do appreciate the work. I just, honestly, I'm so much more about the glass and the pottery. This is in a gallery full of seating, chairs, 200 years of American design. Amazing. All right. This piece back there is going to be something we'll visit in a minute. But this is fun. Look at that green one. I love that. Oh, wow. All right. I know chairs, right? You're bored. Look at this. 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 Could you imagine how comfortable that is? And look, they have little handholds so you can move it. This is made in 1970. I think that's remarkable. Oh, look, the tree behind it. Interesting. From a tree to a chair. That is wild. Neat, but there's a piece over here I really want to say. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Roy Lichtenstein. Are you kidding me? Is that the same Lichtenstein that does all the painting, all the illustrations with that look like comic books and stuff? That is wild. Completely not, totally unexpected. That's amazing. It makes me think of the Japanese waves. That's what it makes me think of. Look at the stool. That's wild. And it's signed underneath. Huh. Wow. Huh. Huh. All right. Let's go downstairs. Oh, yes, for the eagle-eyed viewer, I am wearing my jacket from work, but I took off my wings. It doesn't say the airline name anywhere, so we're allowed to wear this out and about, but when I'm at work, I have to have my wings on my outermost garment, which would be this one. Now, I think I'm back on the first floor. I'm glad. This is just large enough to blow my mind without numbing me, because, I hit what I call museum fatigue, where my mind can't absorb anything else, and I just start looking at stuff and not seeing anything, So I think I'm going to try and find the museum gift shop, because I love me a good museum gift shop. So I've exited the museum, but there's this Chihuly piece up here as well. And then outside is this amazing space with this church over there. And look at this. Look right there. Can you see the big sculpture of that star-shaped thing right there? Look above it on the wall right there. Isn't that neat? It's like a two-dimensional image of the sculpture in front of it. That's so neat. And what do we see over here? And this glass elevator will take me down to the gift shop. I'm really digging these squirrel bottles with the male and female. And look at this. This is outside the museum, by the way. How cool is this? Look. All right, so it's called Brianna. Okay. So this talks about, let's see, it's Breonna Taylor being killed by the police there, and this piece is like an icon, like a sugar skull kind of thing here. Icon to women of color, and down here we've got names of people who have been murdered by police. There's George Floyd, Sandra Bee. Really, really powerful piece. Oh, interesting. I thought this was a Peruvian piece that by an artist I vaguely remember seeing. Look at this guy. Look at the character on his face. All right. Wow. All right, let's go downstairs to the gift shop.
I heard you talking.
Oh, I have a YouTube channel.
Oh,
yeah,
I want your information. You seem very interesting.
Oh, well.
You were telling your story.
That was weird. This gorgeous woman, I wish I had the nerve to film her, because she was gorgeous. She had this sunlit, wheat-colored, sort of beachy textured hair with this amazing broad-brimmed hat with this long sort of batik sort of style duster, like a jacket. And she comes up to me while I'm talking to you guys, and she's like, "Are you an art teacher? What do you do?" She was listening to me talk about the Odyssey upstairs, and she's like, "What do you do?" And then we just had an amazing conversation about her life and her travel. She spent time in India, New York, and LA. And then she accidentally had a gang sign tattooed on her face. I mean, really interesting woman. But she thought I was more interesting than I really am. She gave me too much credit, as some of you do occasionally. Let me get kind of quiet because it's a very nice looking store. Look at this. This is my kind of gift shop. This is my kind of gift shop. Love this. Hi. And look, sale. I don't need any of it. I can find all that at Goodwill. I want this necklace. I want that. $152. I don't want it. Oh, I love this. Whoops. Oh, I might be taking it. If you didn't know, North Carolina has an enormous pottery and community, and these pieces in the gift gallery are spectacular. Not so much those, but look at this piece down here. That's fantastic. They belong in the museum, not the gift shop. Right, I just stepped outside. It's a beautiful city. It really is a lovely, lovely city. But I think I need either a coffee or a little bite to eat, a little nibble. I'm feeling something in that direction. And there you go. I had a great time at the museum. I didn't have to pay to get in because I was just chatting with the front desk lady. I had really good Uber drivers. And then back in time to grab a quick bite to eat at Chili's. So that's my video for the Mint Museum. I will see you in my next video, which is going to be a regular trip vlog of my regular trip as usual. All right. I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Fly safe. Bye.